Hey, Jeff Hackworth here. I'm going to show you a quick tip, a hack for the diminished scale. So here's a hack from Hackworth. Okay, here we have the diminished seventh chords shown color coded, written out just with the letter names. I find this a very visual way to look at it. It's very handy. I certainly could write them on staff paper. That is the actual correct way to do it, but this is kind of a way to look at it and really see what it is. So there's three groups of four notes each. So there's really only three diminished seventh chords, but I'm assuming you know that already, because if you're not really familiar with the diminished seventh chords, the diminished scales are going to be a little bit much. But here they are, and each one of these notes is separated by a minor third, in each color. So C to E flat's a minor third, E flat to F sharp, etc., etc. So it's three groups of four notes each. So now we're going to look at how to, when we combine two of these groups, how we come up with a diminished scale, which is really just two diminished chords stuck together. Okay, so look, here is the two diminished seventh chords written in red. We have C, E flat, F sharp, A. That would be either a C diminished seventh or E flat diminished seventh, F sharp, etc. Any one of those notes can be the root, just to recap. And then we have that C sharp, E, G, B flat. Each one of those notes is a half step above the notes that are written in red. So if we stick those two together, we get a diminished scale. I've written out there C, C sharp, E flat. We could also, of course, we could call these notes enharmonically, so it would be C, D flat, E natural, F sharp, G, A, B flat, or C, D flat, D sharp, E natural, F sharp, G, A, B flat. And that is a diminished scale right there, and it's alternating half steps and whole steps. Half steps and whole steps. And here I've labeled it. You see a half step, whole step, all the way up. Half step, whole step, half step, whole step. And this is the form of the scale that you would use over a dominant seventh chord, a C7 or E flat 7 or F sharp 7 or A7. And there's all kinds of patterns or licks or different things you can use that derive out of the scale. So it's just got tons of sounds and things you can come up with out of it. The other form of the scale alternates whole steps then half steps, and that is used on diminished seventh chords. And here it is. So we see those two chords separately, then put together, and we have a diminished scale that alternates whole steps and half steps. And you look within there and you see that. You see the two chords stuck together to make that scale, whole steps and half steps. This is the scale we use over when you see a diminished seventh chord. So here's our three diminished seventh chords again, and we've seen with using the color coding system how they can be combined to make the two versions of the diminished scale, either the half step whole step or the whole step half step. And of course any one of these 12 notes can be the starting note, and you can combine these and it would be 6 different scales. There'd be 3 half step whole step and 3 whole step half step, so it would be 6 in total. And I hope you got some use out of this visual explanation, and I'm going to put some more stuff up, so come back and check out my channel here, check out my website. Thanks a lot for checking it out. Thanks.